he's my closest person, but my biggest enemy. Because sometimes he says things and he shoots straight into my wounds. I'm just lying in bed thinking, will I ever feel normal? Will I ever feel stable? Will I ever smile again? It's been a while since we're separated. I think we were just harming each other a lot. We lost the connection at some point when I shut down completely because I felt on my own.
Knock him out the box, Rick. Knock him out, Rick. Knock him out the box.
So, Mariam and Andrey.
It's
You go
Mariam.
Mariam.
Andrey.
Mariam Shelkova. Model, investor. Andrey, are you Andrey or
Andrey.
Andrey?
Do it soft.
Andrey.
Andrey.
Brilkov.
Brilkov. Brilkov.
Brilkov.
Brilkov.
Brilko?
Brilkov. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Brilkov.
And you own a car dealership. You're a YouTuber, and you guys have 3 beautiful boys together.
Yep.
Is that correct? So how did you guys meet? What's your story?
That's the...
Do you remember?
We are.
And you're still meeting?
Well, it depends to whom we're talking because
We met at the yoga class. It was a beautiful yoga class down at the Topanga Canyon.
Yeah.
And
So there's an official story and the real
there is
and the
an
real
official
story.
story. That's what we going. Yeah.
Let's start with that one.
That's the one. That's the one.
The yoga.
well,
That's-
he met me way before.
I see.
I think like
In,
when I
in
was
social media. So 3 years before I met her, I found her on social media somehow, and we had the conversation.
no, I don't think we did. I don't think I ever answered.
Yeah, you are.
Did I?
Yes, because
You were a fan first. Sort of.
I got obsessed with the pictures on the social media about the beautiful lady. And
Interesting.
And I had no idea how old that lady was at that time.
Yeah.
So I didn't know she was not 18.
I see.
Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway.
It wasn't
so-
disclosed. It wasn't
So
disclosed.
it wasn't something like I was pushing or doing something. I asked some questions. She did reply to me once or twice.
Yeah.
And I got an idea where she lived. And she was living close by where I was living in North Hollywood. I mean, Los Angeles.
Right.
And basically after that, we disappeared. Like, I think I might ask something. She never replied to me. Doesn't matter.
I was
I
here on
see.
a work trip with my father. So I was here with my father.
Were you already doing modeling at the time?
Yeah.
I see.
And we used to live on Vineland in Studio City.
Aha. So you didn't connect right away. And
No,
then
no.
years later,
I think
You met at
I
the
think he
yoga
asked
city.
me out, but my father was like, "You're not going anywhere."
Yeah.
Okay.
you were still young at the time.
Yeah, 16.
Got it. But you were already a professional model. So how did you become a model? Can you talk about that? What's your journey to
It
become?
all started when I was 7 with like you know what beauty pigeons are?
Yeah.
So it all started there because I was into sports, and I think my mom wanted me to be more feminine, so she put me in all these trainings and like makeup tutorials. So I won my first competition in my small town when I was born, Cheboksary in Russia, and then it was Little Miss Russia, and then Little Miss World, and then all this more like worldwide competitions that I was winning. And then I started working as a model.
Did you enjoy it?
I did, because I was raised in a very strict household. So school, sports, all classes, always on time, like at home. So work was like a playground to me. It was
It was easy compared to
Yeah,
normal
it was
life.
easier. It felt like fun. Yeah. But also like at school and everywhere, I felt a little bit different because the way I looked was different than everybody else.
Yeah.
I had like tan skin, overall, I just look different than everybody.
So did you want to be in pageants, or this is just totally your mom decided to do it because you were
Oh no, it
into
was my mom's
sports?
decision.
Did you know you would
first.
like it, or you were against it at first?
Oh, I really liked it. I did. It was just fun.
Yeah.
Just pure fun that like so many girls and we were dancing and then pretending to be this, pretending to be that. Yeah, it was cool.
So how did that lead to like professional modeling for you?
School was first then. Like education was first. And then I just started working here and there. And then
Like through the pageants, basically?
mhm.
How many pageants did you do? I'm just curious. Like, was this like every week, every month?
No. Maybe, I don't remember.
Okay.
Somewhere around 10, 12, something like that.
Your mom enjoyed it as well?
Mm-hmm.
She was into it?
Yeah.
So that helped. You had a support.
Oh, yeah.
Got it. And then you started coming over here.
I started coming over here because I was singing.
I see.
So I did go to LA Music Academy for some time, like for some classes. I was taking classes here. And then I did a few talent competitions here. And then I was like, for my first job, I was just in line with 100 of other girls. So I was staying in line for like hours. And then I got the job. And that's how I started going to New York more often. And then at the age of 18, I moved to New York. And my mom moved to Los Angeles.
So did it all happen easily for you, or you had to struggle for a while to break through?
Fortunately, I never had to struggle, even though I was never like the tallest one or the skinniest one. I think I was just like hardworking and maybe a little bit nicer than everybody else, just because I was so grateful to be there.
Interesting. I'm sure looks has to do with it as well. Like, you have to also be a good model. And
I
be
was
able to,
like a fast model. Like I was the fastest one. I was like chick 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 done.
like, you could
chick,
hit
chick,
the
done.
pose they want
Yeah.
fastest. So you know how to interpret. Do you feel like you're an actress? Is that like acting skills that you need to do that well? To be able to model? To be able to get the picture that they want, the look that they want, the feeling that they want?
No, it was just all in my imagination. My mom, like, once she asked me, like, I was doing like wedding dresses. I was working for a company who did wedding dresses, and my mom was like, "Where is all coming from?" I'm like, "It's just my imagination." And she goes, "Oh, interesting." So, never been to a wedding, never had a wedding, but
Right. You can
somehow just
imagine it. Right. And that's what acting is, right? You have to kind of empathize with the situation and put yourself in that
yeah.
mood.
Hmm.
Interesting. So you think it's just a natural talent that you have?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. So then talk about how you guys got started. Like, how you guys met. How did you guys end up dating eventually, I guess? How did you reconnect?
We weren't dating. I don't think we were dating because we met, and then basically 2 weeks after, we started living together.
Got it. So you skipped the dating phase.
Hmm. We were friends because we connected on this spiritual level, and we were talking a lot about it, like for hours and hours. But I didn't know his intentions. I didn't know that he likes me. I thought we were just talking. Yeah, I think, and then he just got me flowers, and I was like, oh, maybe we're not just friends. Maybe it's something
Right.
else.
The flowers did it. Nice.
Dust into my eyes.
Can't lose with flowers. So what about from your perspective? Did you know you wanted to start a family right away when you started dating her?
I think so, yeah.
You already had the master plan in mind.
I mean the fact I'm older than her, so I'm older than she. So I already had the plan, kinda. And when you meet the right person, you just go in all the way in.
So you were ready.
Yeah, but she was ready also.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be a kid.
It's not like, suddenly
I always wanted to have a kid. So.
somehow, something happened and now we have 3 boys. It's never
Yeah,
gonna
it
happen
happens
like,
quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's never gonna happen like only from one side. It's always coming from both sides.
Of course. Yeah.
But yeah, it was amazing date, and even she's saying there is no dates. Was that time? It was some dates.
I don't remember dating.
Yeah.
So he didn't take you out, is what you're saying?
No, I was taking her out.
No nice dinners, nothing? Just flowers? No, you must have had a few nice dinners. She's like, no.
We did
to
have nice dinner at the... maybe.
Yeah.
See, I don't remember.
See, all the good moments, they just.
No,
I'm
no.
the same way. I don't remember.
I remember, like, we did have dinners with my mom, maybe with my friends a few times. We did go to hookah place a lot.
Okay. Did you enjoy that?
We did go to the beach once.
Yeah, we used to go to the yoga.
Oh yeah, we did go to yoga classes.
So it was like kind of dating.
Yeah. All right.
So whatever soul or body used
Right.
to go, we both were going. So
And
No
how
tension.
did you have kids right away? How soon?
next year,
So
no,
Like-
not right away, but next year. Yeah.
Basically from like dating or moving in.
to having 3 kids, yes.
Within the first one came within a year?
A little bit longer. Yeah.
Was that-
like 3 months?
Was that too fast, you think? Or no?
I think it was good enough.
No, I can't go back. Listen,
Yeah.
so it
You-
was
yeah. Embrace because
like
you
from
have
the
the
bottom
kids.
of my heart. I really wanted to have a kid.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted.
I was the same. I got my first marriage. I got married. We had a kid within a year. And then we had another one and another. We had 3 kids
But
because I wanted kids.
it's not the same. Let's face it. I mean, you're gonna have a kid, you're gonna have a family when you feeling yourself comfortable. If somebody taking all your problems or you start feeling yourself comfortable, especially women, they're not gonna do the kids if they're not feeling safe, if they're not feeling this guy gonna take my responsibility, he's not gonna share something with me. I mean, it's gonna be super disaster. I
Yeah,
did
it's
see
not-
the family like that, and,
But it's not always true. People don't always understand even what they want. Like I can speak for me that I'm so glad I had those kids, right? But
let me
I'm
ask-
saying like I definitely
Let-
rushed into that because I thought I wanted to be a young dad and all this
That's
stuff.
right. Okay, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you got all the 3 kids together and all those, for example, 7 years of your life with your wife and the whole family together? Do you remember those 7 years of your life? From the beginning up to like
Yeah.
7 years.
Sure, more or less.
Okay, what do you think those years was for you? Like, is it like happiness? You've been going through a lot of different things, but
Great question.
in general, those 7 years, they've been so good. You can remember each single year and each single month.
A lot of happiness through the kids and some other good moments, but overall, very miserable years.
Got it.
Oh yeah, because I wasn't happy.
So I'll tell you this.
I wasn't happy in my. If you're not happy in your relationship,
I'll tell you
the
this.
kids are not a replacement for your relationship.
You're right,
Yeah.
and I understand that. I'll tell you this. We just passed. I think we just passed 7 years, right? 7 or 6 years, like together, not the kids. The kids 6 years. But okay, let's take 7 years. I think from those 7 years, this year, 4 months ago, I just start living my life. I just start recognizing what's going on in my life. You know what I mean?
Yes. We can learn. We can learn and change.
The point is,
Yeah.
the point is, especially men's, they doing a lot of that things like that. So when something come into your life, and it's super hard to take, it's super hard to face it. And I know for a fact because I've been asking a lot of different old guys back in May. A lot of men's, what they doing, it's easier for them just to pack the things and leave. because they are scared they're gonna fall apart and they're not gonna be able to help kids or the family. So the point with us, with me, and I think that's incredible thing in my life, what's happened. I start reconstructing myself. Same time I start sharing with Mariam a lot of different things, what's going on with my life. And somehow we trying to work it out together right now and start building our personality. You know, I start building myself. That's what she's doing right now also. So we both kind of going back to personality, not to the family, whatever used to, you know, give it away for the family, for the whole thing. But sometimes you have to just stop yourself and think about what you need.
Right. No, I definitely agree that
not to run away from that.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's one of the keys. If somebody's not willing to learn new things, because you can only change through learning. So if you're not willing to be open to new ideas, you're not going to change. So that's the key. What are the things that, because I went through that too, like after my first marriage and divorce, like it forced me to rethink everything for me, you know. But for me, I just ignored the red flags of the relationship I was in. It wasn't because I thought I couldn't provide. I was providing, but it just wasn't a good, healthy relationship for me.
There is
We were not into each other. We were not happy.
There is always giver and receiver.
Yeah. You can't force that. It's chemistry. I ignored those red flags even before, to be honest. Before, now I look back with more life experience and I go, both of us, I'm sure she ignored red flags about me because she thought, no, we'll make it work. That was my experience. And that's most of the people I know that separate is because it's just not a good fit for
They
them.
cannot take it.
I don't know about that. Usually it's the relationship. If you don't admire your partner, and because they don't like, you don't like the way they are, they don't like the way you're, for what, it doesn't matter what, if you don't have that sense of admiration, like wow, or that mutual values, whatever it is, the chemistry, physical so many things, it's very hard to stay together for a long period of time. That's why
I think
a lot of relationships, you know, dissolve after, you know,
I think a lot of people,
so
they
many
just
years.
close to each other to share a lot of different things.
Yeah.
And they thinking just to escape,
Yeah.
it's going to be the right answer for all the questions, all
Maybe.
the problems. But let's face it, you're not going to find the right answer if you're not going to find the right answer right now. What are you going to do? Okay, you have a good example. So did you find a lot of answers after you separated? Did you find a lot of
I
answers?
found a lot of answers. I don't think everybody's as open to finding new answers. Some people think they already know everything.
That's the problem. People
You can't force people to learn.
People not open to share, not open to find
Right.
the solution for the question, you know, for the problem. And sometimes, you know, the reel from Instagram, it's gonna tell you a lot, and you're gonna go by reel, but you have no idea what's behind the reel. Behind the reel,
Right.
it could be the person who's broken even more than you, but the reel's supposed to be super good because the people supposed to watch. You know, bread and what? Like, so there is a lot of things, and I think whatever is happening in your life, it's happening for purpose.
Sure.
If you're gonna get kids, you want to separate with your wife, that's okay, you know. But again, you have a kids, you do have that power, plus you have a lot of responsibility, and that's how you're gonna show yourself, you're gonna show the world, plus you're gonna show your kids.
What, to stay together?
No, how
Or-
you're
or
gonna
How you gonna deal with it?
Yes.
100%.
your kids.
But I
always
definitely don't
watching.
think staying together is not. I'm just saying, generally speaking, that's not the answer. And a lot of times
No,
it's
no,
not.
no, for
For some people it is, if they can work their differences out and they feel there's a connection. And if there isn't, you can't force it. Because the problem with, like, we tried many times to make it work. The problem is sometimes staying together is a worse example for the kids. Like if you're not getting along, if
I
you're
mean, did you fight?
a lot of fighting.
So okay, we never fight.
Yeah.
Even we had a lot of like tough conversation for ourselves. I've been crying. Sometimes she was crying. So, but again, we never fight. We never fought, especially in front of the kids.
That's good.
And
That's
it's not
good.
like I want to skip it. I just thinking that's the right way, because what they're gonna see. I mean, what's the lesson for them?
Right.
There is no lesson. And again, if you somehow can work it out, if you want to do separation, that's what going on, and you trying to somehow work it out for yourself, for your family. If you can find a connection, if you can find some questions you never answered before, you never asked before, and it's gonna make it work, like you're not gonna feel uncomfortable with other person, you can make it work. There is a lot of people who saying that. I think like 90% or 80%, doesn't matter, but more than 50% of the couple who's separating, who's divorcing, because divorce, man, like that. Fight, let's fight, let's drink and fight even more, because when you're drunk, you can fight harder, right? So
I wouldn't say divorce is like that either. I would say it's very hard.
No, what
You should be careful.
What I'm saying, everybody trying to take the easy way.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy. You check it out here, Instagram, Facebook. Somebody told me that there is a lot of cool guys, cool girls, and that's it. You just.
No, of course.
But okay, you do.
You gotta really weigh everything out. I don't think it's an easy. There's no easy route. You got to take the best route for you. I think if you can make a family work, you make it work, and if it's not working, then you figure out what's going to work for you.
If
there's pros and cons to
there is
everything.
always two ways to take any path, right? There is an easy way, or there is a hard way. So I think when you take in the hard way, the life giving you more hard choices, and you again taking the hardest one. You taking the hardest one, but at the end, you're gonna get that reward.
Okay, but it's okay to embrace. I believe in embracing difficulty and challenges, because you're never going to get away from that. That's one of the keys to life. But to intentionally choose the path that doesn't fit you best. For example, you're in a business relationship. It goes sour.
No, I'm saying.
Do you stay with that business partner even though you have different values?
No, I'm easygoing.
You don't want to hang out. You're getting it,
With that one especially, that's.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what you're feeling inside.
But marriage is even more like, if it's not working, it's even worse, because you're sharing everything. Personal, the bedroom, everything. So if you start, like, if it goes sour, which it does sometimes, just like in a business relationship, unless there's a way you can come to an agreement that works for everyone, I feel like sometimes it's better to have your own life.
Every war in the history coming to the end, and what's happening at the end? What's happening at the end?
At the end of a war?
Yeah.
A lot of people die one side.
No, we're not taking the dark side. What's happening at the end of the war? So there is
one side wins.
No, there is always
a resolution.
Yes, there is always agreement. That's what I'm saying. Whatever is going on in your life, and if it's hard, even your business partner, what are you gonna come? I mean, you fighting with him every day, and the business not going, not working, so you're gonna come to agreement.
Right.
Let's separate the business.
Exactly.
Let's take, some budget for me, some budget for you. That's it. Bye-bye.
Right. I agree with that.
Same thing with the marriage. Whatever is going on in the marriage, you have to come to agreement.
Yes.
Not to fight.
But what if the agreement? So what do you think about all this? How are you guys? You guys are 7 years in now, with 3 kids. It's a lot of stress too.
Yeah, we have only her mom. My parents, they are in Russia, so
yeah,
her mom helping us a lot.
It's been a while since we're separated. We came to an agreement to do that a while ago because it wasn't working. From my perspective, I think we were just harming each other a lot and couldn't make each other happy at all. We lost the connection at some point when I shut down completely, because I felt on my own a lot. Not because that's how I felt. We came to an agreement to be separated and live still live together because our kids need, because I want our kids to have both parents. We have quite strong boundaries. We live in different rooms.
And I think that the hardest part
Yeah.
of your life, when you're going through whatever separation, divorce, or whatever, you're trying to find somehow someone who's going to support you, your friends, your family,
Right.
and sometimes you cannot find it. What are you going to do?
Right.
Did you find someone during your bad period of time?
Of course. The real ones. I actually, it freed me from a lot of people that I didn't need in my life.
You're right.
It hurt my feelings at the time, but I was like, now afterwards, I'm like,
You know,
I don't need to spend my time.
You know
They
what-
don't even ask my side of things.
you know who I found
Who?
during this period, and still trying to talk to him myself. I'm not the guy who was trying, begging everyone around me, my friends, whatever, hey, can you help me? What's going on? Because everybody has their own
Right.
stuff. And sometimes they have a lot of it more than you, but they're not sharing, and they just cannot take yours. So during that period of time, I'm like, okay, sit down, calm down, and what are you gonna do? So this is not gonna work. This is not gonna work.
Great job, man.
And
Great job.
I found myself, and I hope
It's
she's
not- look,
gonna find.
And you know what?
She's gonna find also.
Everyone has a different situation, right? So this isn't this, but the fact that people should know you can find different ways to like make it work, and also listen to each other and each other's needs. Okay, let me just ask though.
have to talk
You have to talk.
a lot.
Let me just ask a question. How are you gonna make the personal side work? Like, I just know for me and for my ex, and I think in general as like human beings, chimpanzees, whatever, we want to have that connection with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys thought about that?
If she's gonna find someone who's gonna take my responsibility, welcome. But
Right.
but the bills coming with her. It's not like, okay, you're gonna get a lady, but she's still gonna have a house, car. No. There is a Tesla for 120K. There is a payment for 2,000.
I
There is
see.
Take it all.
So you support her
I
in
support
dating,
all the way.
but as soon as there is that,
Yes,
person,
because in my opinion,
they should like take over.
in my
the,
opinion, the man who wants to take the girl responsibility of that
Yeah.
lady, he's supposed to know she has a kids,
right?
right? She has this, she has that, and if she's not working and making enough money to do that kind of lifestyle, you have to take it all. Otherwise, what kind of man are you?
Right.
So it's
so
not,
that's
it's-
kind of a way you're
that-
putting a little bit of a barrier. between-
No, I think that's the right way, because in my perspective,
Yeah.
I'm the hard worker.
Right.
I'm working hard all those 10, 11 years I'm in the United States.
Right.
And I've been living tough life, believe me, tough life.
Yeah.
And I've been living in Long Beach when I just got here, and those gunshots I've been listening every night. And those guys like who's hanging at the liquor store at night, you know why they didn't touch me? Since I was going to buy something and I didn't know who's hanging over there, but they had the guns and all that kind of stuff. They just look at me and they're like, "You motherfucker, poor as fuck. So there is nothing to take from you." You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's it's not the lifestyle, but that's the period of time when I've been living. So, and right now, in my imagination, if you want to get something, get it. But you have to know what kind of responsibility you have to get. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So you basically
They have to
can't-
come with a dowry. So are you,
Am I right or am I wrong?
so basically, they have to submit an application with a credit.
No,
So basically, the person's supposed to be mental stable.
Yeah.
He's supposed to know.
But
what's
is
going
it
on.
her decision though? Isn't it her decision?
About what?
Like if she wants to date somebody, isn't it? Don't you trust her decision? Because I feel like like if Tanya and I ever separated, I've already told her like I support her 100% because I don't want to have the relationship.
No, the kids wise,
Like I
yes.
did
The
in the
family
past.
wise, yes.
And let's co-parent. Right now, nothing's wrong. But I'm saying if she was to say, you know what, I'm not happy. It would hurt. Maybe it would hurt my feelings, but I would say, okay, how do I help you? Even if she says she wants to live her own life, be independent, and if she wanted to date, I would just support her on that. It wouldn't matter how I felt. I trust her decision. If she's dating someone, it's probably a good person.
You're
If
right.
if she needs me to like
Until you
keep an eye, then she probably wouldn't even invite that person.
Until you're gonna find the other girl.
Yeah. But I'm saying I would do my part.
I was thinking this way also.
Yeah.
Believe me.
Because I look differently at like relationships now. Like to me, Tanya is my like family no matter what. Doesn't matter what she does. She can get tired of me. She's paid her dues. That's how I look at it. Not that she owed me anything ever, but so and because of that, we're always talking, and we know that relationships always like fragile. So if something's bothering her or bothering me, we always talk about it.
Always.
But I believe in this type of ideal to like just whether you stay together or not, to just support each other as if you actually love each other, because people say they love each other unless the person doesn't want to do what they want to do anymore.
We did have a conversation that we've got nothing to split. We're putting everything on our kids' trust. So
If she's gonna change the mind, so the whatever valuable we have, it's gonna be untouchable.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Take care of the kids. That's kind of what
so
we did
I don't
too.
care about material stuff. I don't.
Yeah,
What's important to me is my inner peace,
right.
which was interrupted. I put myself first, and then I put my kids second. What I keep telling Andrey is that I will always be around because I'm the mother of our kids, of our kids. I'm not going anywhere. I'm always in your presence because I love him as a father, because he is the reason I have 3 kids. He is the reason I'm a mother. No matter what happens, no matter where I go, I will always be we will always be connected.
What triggered like this? Like, do you want to talk about what happened that you went on kind of a pause?
Since it's been only a month, it's pretty fresh. Why are you laughing? I can get emotional, but here's what happened. It all started with little panic attacks when I was pregnant with our 3rd kid, who is 9 months now. It all happened, and it happened during the Russian-Ukrainian war, because the unknown, so I had my first panic attack when I was driving on the freeway. So I called 911, and it's just
what does that mean? Like, what did you feel?
Just I felt like cold and hot and couldn't breathe. I thought I had a stroke or something. I don't know.
Got it.
And then Sylvester was born, and his birth was pretty dramatic because I give birth very, very fast. So he was born in 50 minutes, what caused a blood clot that had to be removed at the same, So I know what pain is. Since I had 3 kids, vaginal, unmedicated, super fast, I know what it's like to be in pain. But having this 3rd kid,
No epidural?
no, was a different level of pain, because they had to break my ribs to extract that blood clot. And then it was very shocking and traumatizing because he wasn't breathing when he was born. So it's me pretty much kind of taken apart, and here's my kid who's not breathing yet, so there were no skin to skin when he was born. Here's Andrey, who is trying to kind of hold space and trying to be normal, but we look into each other's eyes and scared to death. In my mind, I'm already thinking how I'm gonna go through if Sylvester will die, what I'm gonna do, what's gonna happen to me. So that happened. something was going, like, you know, the like pain from this broken rib, and a little bit of, I started getting like anxious and flashbacks from being so unwell, and pretty much started having flashbacks from that moment when I almost died. And then somewhere around spring I started like to I started feeling very weird, because I'm usually like very social and very generally I'm a very happy person. Something started like going on. So and then on spring I was like, listen, it's time to take a few steps and actions into our separation and eventually a divorce, because it's not working. I'm not happy. I suffer. I procrastinate. I don't know what's going on. And then
How long was this already going on that you were
it's been a
thinking
while.
about
It's been a while. So
separating? Before Sylvester even?
Mm-hmm. And then September. And then September happened. We got on a quite a little fight out of nowhere, and it hit me so hard. Like, I started crying just from like I felt like I'm mentally destroyed. I couldn't hold it together, and I barely cry in life. Like, I don't usually cry, so I started crying, and like my body started shaking. And I asked Andrey to leave. I need to figure out what's going on. It's bad. Something's going on. So I called my friend, and she did a breath work with me over the phone. You need to breathe. I can breathe. It's just something. It's so anxious. And then I started having like real mental breakdowns, and day by day, I started spending more time in bed, and nothing would make me happy, and just it felt weird. I wasn't feeling myself at all. And then September 9 is my and Teddy's birthday. Teddy, my 3-year-old middle kid. And I woke up, and it was bad. I was like, Andrey, I need to be admitted in a mental facility. Can you take me? I don't know what's going on. It's bad. And then I spent the whole day in bed. And that's when I caught myself self-harming, because pain in my chest was so bad, and so it hurt a lot, and it was a burning, heavy pain, but there's nothing in here that can cause it.
So you think it was mentally, psychologically
So I go
induced?
to Andrey again. I'm like, please, I need to be admitted. I can't go through this by myself. And then it's Teddy, and then it's our birthday. We go out, and we sit in a restaurant. We invited our friends and Teddy's friends, and it's supposed to be a good day, but it wasn't. It was just like a blur, because I was barely functioning. I just, I can put a show and a smile when I have to, so I did, but inside it felt bad. Then in Monday, now I'm in bed. Tuesday, I'm like, okay, what can I do? So I went on a hike, and I can usually run the whole hike, but this time I woke up with the shaky hands. So Andrey remembers, because I woke up on Tuesday and it's just bad. I went on a hike. It took me 15 minutes. I couldn't go there. Sat in the car. I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? So I go to his work, and on the way to his work, I started hysterically crying, and I couldn't stop crying. And I go, Andrey, take me. I need to be admitted, please. But he spent some time with me. We're trying to talk it through, and
Were you afraid to like get admitted to do that? 'Cause I think for a lot of people that would be a tough.
No, I wasn't. I could sense it was bad
Yeah.
because I started having like maybe suicidal thoughts, not to kill myself, but I started questioning my existence. Why do I exist if it hurts so bad?
Because of the pain.
And this pain doesn't go anywhere. So we spent some time together, and then I left home and I fell asleep, slept. By that time, I was already sleep deprived, very dehydrated, no food, no water, barely slept, and I started like throwing up all over the parking lot. So I pick him up and I look in the mirror and I'm just like pale, just white. So many thoughts going on in my mind because I don't know what to do. I'm just waiting for Andrey to get home. I asked my mom to come. The last thing I remember that a few hours before we left to the hospital, I couldn't look into my kids, couldn't look into their eyes because as a parent, you know, if you look into your kid's eyes and you're still questioning your existence, you don't want to look there because it hurts so bad. Because there's nothing that holds you here. I just wanted to disappear. I wanted to... I lost it. I lost it. Because when we got to the hospital, they looked at me. I was admitted right away. And they tried to put me to sleep first and do a few IVs, and my body was shaking. And I was crying. And this pain altogether. When I woke up, like after the IV, and I talked to the doctor, she goes, I've never met a person who would fight a sleep medication so bad. So my body was still fighting like sleep. That's how destroyed I was at that point. I still, like, there's not a day passing by when I think, what happened? Was it just an accident? Was it just too many stressful, shocking things that happened that led to it? I got home and all I wanted to say is my mom. So I hold my mom's hand and I go, Mom, I'm scared. I don't know how. I don't know if I'm gonna get through this. The pain is unmanageable. It hurts so bad. And she was sobbing over me because like I could look into her eyes and it was just glass. Nothing was in there. And my mom goes, listen, you need, it's gonna take some time, but you need to take actions. You're gonna do everything to feel normal again, whatever it takes, no matter how much it's gonna cost. And she goes, I'm giving you 9 months. You'll be fine in 9 months, but for these 9 months you're gonna fight. Fight for yourself. Fight for your happiness. Fight for the mother of your kids, because that's what I've been doing when I was dealing with the same things that you are, but it took her way longer. She told me it took her 10 years to go through this. So it's panic attacks, eating disorder, anxiety, let's just call it mental health. I don't know.
What do you think? You think it's a mental health issue? Like, what do you think brought it about, if you had to say? Just the stresses that you've been through, being a mom to 3 kids, relationship, talks. Like, what do you think is kind of the driver for you?
I don't know. Was it just tired? Was it just stress? It's a complex of things.
Do you think it's postpartum
No,
as well? No.
I know what postpartum is, and it wasn't postpartum. It's a lot. 3 kids is a lot. Work with 3 kids is a lot. Separation is a lot. Household is enough. Coming home that doesn't feel like home. Leaving the family where I wasn't feeling my honest self.
Why is that? Why do you think you weren't feeling like you could be your honest self?
I think as a very traditional like Russian woman and wife, I really wanted Andrey to be happy. And I think at some point I started suffering my own happiness for his, even though he never asked me to. But that's what I was doing by not doing what I wanted to do and trying to be as comfortable as I can for him. Like being silent most of the time because I thought that it's not my place to speak. And maybe sometimes it was like, why should I speak if I will not be heard? So it's a lot.
You're definitely speaking now. Like, has it changed now? Like, you've been more vocal now since all of this happened? Like, through open conversation? Or is this kind of the...
I'm learning, we both are learning. We're just in a process of trying to figure out how it should be. So we go home, we ask, how was your day? How are you feeling? And I would always say, I used to say that, oh, I'm okay, I'm always okay, I'm always fine. But now I go, I had like, I was procrastinating the entire day.
Me too.
That's
today.
how was my day. How was your day? And he tells his story.
Yeah, sharing the challenges, sharing with somebody that can understand. I really think this is like such an important topic, and you know, like, it makes me want to check in with my wife more, because these women that work full time, that have multiple kids, some small, in your case 3 small, I know that feeling. And it's not like it was 50 years plus ago when you had your mom, your grandma, your aunt, all your neighbors were taking care of your kids with you. Now it's all on you. And I would say, and this is coming from somebody who thinks he's a very good father, you're a very good father too, I can tell. The women do 80% of the work with the kids. I try to help as much as I can, but you guys are just better at it and naturally just take that burden on you.
Nobody gonna teach you how to live your life. Don't even ask. You know what I mean? So
you got to figure it out yourself. But hearing other people's stories, because I think this is the kind of mental health, like, this is the kind of like mental health gray area. It's like accidental abuse, self-abuse sometimes, especially when you're in a marriage. A business relationship, it's easier to walk away. When it's a marriage, especially when you're coming from a traditional family, I killed myself when I was toward the end of my first marriage. It was very hard. I was anxious, I was depressed, I was going through I didn't understand that maybe I was almost close to having mental health issues. Maybe, I don't know. We had so many crazy fights, and when I think back, I'm like, maybe I was a little bit on the edge, you know what I mean? But it's something that goes ignored, and there's probably a lot of people that don't notice it fast enough to do something about it, to take charge, take control of your own happiness, take the oxygen mask and give it to yourself first before everybody else, like they teach you on the plane, right?
Yeah, so that September 12th forever shaped me, woke me up to take a pause and take care of my mental health. Because that nervous breakdown was a different level. I still feel like I had a out of body experience, like life and death situation. But now I feel like part of me now knows how other people feel when they go through it. Self-harming, nervous breakdown, panic attacks. I it hurts, and it's that pain that it's not in your body, it's in your it's all coming from your, you know.
It's coming from your mindset, mental, your perspective, your belief system, but it becomes physical. Because when you have that much anxiety and your brain is constantly trying to figure something out or yell to tell you something, it also has a physical impact because you don't sleep enough, you get dehydrated, you don't want to eat eventually, so it snowballs. That's the problem.
And you know, besides mother of my kids, she's a really strong woman because she has 3 kids.
Right.
Besides that, she didn't take the drug way.
Right.
She took the, how you said, not silent war, but
You mean
mental way.
Right.
the
Because it's super easy to go on the drugs, especially when your doctor, psychologist, whatever, your neighbor, your mom, your sister, whoever telling you, just take some pills. It's not enough, take 2,
Right.
take 3. That's what the doctor been saying. Take
Right.
5. Tomorrow I'll give you 1 more bottle. And you keep going. So
Right.
basically, on a period of time, on the 6th month, you're going to take some pills. You're going to take it heavy, right? You might going to do some other drugs. But the problem is that problem not going to go away.
Right.
You're just going to silent for a period of time. But do you know who's going to stay together with you, close to you, after those 6 months? Or you're going to be really fucked up, and you're not going to pull yourself out from that.
Yeah, because it's the root. You're not solving the root cause.
But what she's doing right now, she's done it, part of it, but I think she's keep going on that. She's, like you say, root. She's cutting the roots.
Right.
And she's going on the mind way.
Yeah, exactly.
Not under the drugs and food.
Right.
So that's why this, at least, there is a lot of different such a strong things about her in my 7 life experience. But those 2 things, she's mother of 3, and the way she's doing right now, and none of the doctors want you to go your way. None of the doctors wants to, oh no, you need some therapy. No. I don't have a kids. I don't have a wife. I divorced 5 times. But I'll tell you how to live.
Right.
I'll tell you what to do. Just what's your card number?
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's all about that. And there is no surprises. There is nothing is free. You know that.
Everybody's got to make a living.
That's it.
And everyone's got an opinion. That's why you got to be careful. Even with psychologists, with family therapists.
And they're trying to push it through.
Right.
So you're going to get the same.
I agree with you, actually. Like, I believe in being open to people's ideas, but then you have to filter. Like, I went to family therapy when I was getting divorced. I saw maybe 6 because it was covered by my work. And I learned something from all of them, but eventually I moved on because I felt like all of them had like an angle or a bias or some kind of limitation. So you have to be very careful who you listen to. Yeah, I think it's important to question, to figure out your belief system too, like when you're going through something like this. Like, because you could literally have a belief system that causes you to think a certain way. Like if you believe you're a bad person by not supporting your husband 100%, if that's what's been taught to you, you're going to put that pressure on yourself, like, oh, I'm a bad person, I can't. This is what I did to myself. Like, when I was married, I thought, that's it. I'm never going to get divorced. We're never going to, but as it got worse and worse, nature took its course. But I felt so guilty, so much anxiety, because I felt like I was destroying my family and all that. But really, that was just driven by my belief system, which that's not true. Sometimes you just make a mistake and it's not meant to be, and you got to figure out a better solution. You know,
in your solar system.
exactly,
That's
for
number
yourself.
one. Yeah, find your planet, and that's it.
Exactly. And you know what? I do believe it's a one-player game. Even though we couple with someone else, you can never put your happiness on someone else. You have to figure out yourself first, what is you want, so you can be the best version of yourself for somebody else. You know what I mean? It's still up to you. Like, work on yourself, like you said. You've been listening to yourself now. Whereas maybe before you were listening to what other people told you to do.
You know what I was doing? If you never done it before, and you guys never done it before, do it.
Yeah.
At night, take a trip to the ocean.
Yeah. Like, sit on the beach.
Yes, go to the ocean, sit on the sand. You know,
But it should be a sober, drug-free trip.
listen.
No ayahuasca, no mushrooms.
Listen,
No.
listen to ocean. Touch the beach sand. Check the stars. What's going on over there? Put that all together. Whatever you have negative in your life, in your soul, in your mind, give it away. The ocean, it's such a strong tool, but nobody using it. Like for fun during the day. Go at night when it's all calm down. No people around. Just
I
the
like
water, just the ocean.
I'm in.
Stars. If it's cold outside, take a jacket.
How long do I need to be there for? Just like,
As long as you're feeling it.
It's all happening after kids' bedtime, so
Yeah.
you can stay as much as you
Maybe
want.
20 minutes, 30 minutes. You want to go together?
let's create a
go.
new meetup.
I mean, I'm passing you by when I'm
Yeah.
going there.
I love the ocean, so that's not a problem. I would
Dude.
definitely love to lay there and just
I think I took like several of
Meditate.
my friends over there, and they're all happy now.
yeah.
Not just
All right.
because, but
I'm down.
it's one of the tools you have
I'm
to
down.
use in your life. We are living in the beautiful Los Angeles, so we do have a beautiful beaches and
And we need the de-stressors in
Yes.
LA, so that could be a good club. You might
I
might be onto something.
I do have a friend. You know what he used to do? He used to go when he's taking a lot of negative, energy from the people or in the city. He's going to the nature, taking the tree, and just like hanging,
Hugs.
Hugging the tree.
hanging around the tree, sitting next to it, like giving
Bonding
it away,
with the tree.
giving it away. And I was asking him, I mean, how you doing after that? He's like, I'm doing really good because all my the stress energy just going away. So for me, my drain plug,
Yeah.
that's the beach and the ocean at night when nobody outside, it's all silent, and I can hear every wave what's coming.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
So here's what happened when I got home
Yeah.
from my life and death experience.
Please tell.
I truly want to believe that part of me died that night. My ego or something else, or my tough part, because I became extremely, extremely vulnerable. And I started getting visions. So when I got home, first few weeks, nothing would make me happy. I'm just lying in bed thinking, will I ever feel normal? Will I ever feel stable? Will I ever smile again? Will I ever be myself again? And in the middle of the night, I started getting visions. So I wake him up in the middle of the night and go, Andrey, I've got something to tell you. All this shaman stuff, ayahuasca stuff, has to go. You are dealing with demonic powers
Yeah.
filled with illusions and temptations. It shows you so many things, but it's all one big illusion. You are taking what they call a medicine to find quick answers in a very short amount of time. So that's why when he got home from his trip to the jungle, I freaked out. Because it wasn't him. It was something else talking. And I could sense it's pretty much bipolar. Because I've done it a few times. And I've experienced ups and downs. And
Ayahuasca. Okay, so,
So-
you have experience with ayahuasca. Oh, interesting. Okay,
So
because I'm interested in trying it.
yeah,
so-
maybe not.
Not good, you think?
Again, it's all an illusion.
Got it. Okay.
It's a beautiful thing. It's
Okay.
a beautiful trip.
It makes you. You think it just makes you hallucinate something, and then you try to look for answers.
No,
in it.
what I mean, you hallucinate,
Yeah.
but it just shows you so many little movies in one night or 2 nights. So I'm like, Andre, this has to go. This has to stop because it affects me. It affects you. It affects us. It affects our kids. It's not real. What's real is this real life, and all these trips, it's just not real. So yeah, it's been a month.
Is there something in particular he was saying that made you feel this way? What was it? Can't talk about it?
Can't go there. Too personal.
Interesting. Is that why you say demonic? Because I mean, it's not. So you don't think it's demonic because it's ayahuasca? Because some people would say, "Oh, anything you put in your body that makes you hallucinate is demonic." So you're not saying it for that reason. You're saying it because of whatever ideas he had that upset you, disturbed
And when it
you.
comes to saying things, words are very powerful.
Of course. Do you think he was still under the influence of the experience? He was in a hypnotic state.
Illusion state.
Illusion. He was still in an illusion state. Because I've dealt. Can I ask? Do you think he is bipolar? Because I've dealt with bipolar people. My business partner's wife was bipolar. Our coach at the
All I
soccer
can say,
place, and there's a lot of ups and downs. They're brilliant. It's just a condition. Everyone
I
has
would say
different.
that I never knew what I'm coming home to. What Andre am I about to see? It messes you up. It messes your brain up.
Yeah, because you don't know what to expect. You're not standing on solid ground. So it could be he's in bad mood. Because I'm moody too. I could be in a bad mood because I just didn't go.
There's a
I
difference.
ate ice cream the night before and I didn't go to the gym. So now I'm just mad at everybody.
There's a difference between being moody and between being out of this reality. No?
And I understand. I'm waiting for clarity. Like, what do you mean out of this? Like, really, you're not. You're no. The grasp on reality is not there. It's
I would say there were things that
It's-
he told me and they were beautiful and very powerful. And there were things that he told me that at some point completely destroyed me. Because I never thought that I would hear something like that from him. And that he would say something. It's like,
so he would say hurtful things to you, about you.
yeah, and I'm pretty tough,
Yeah.
Like it's pretty hard to affect me, but
So do you say they're delusional things because they were so bad, or they were really like random things that he would say?
I mean,
If you want to discuss, you can say that.
they were probably said on purpose, but there's a saying that hurt people.
Yes, I believe that.
So I think trying to fix all your problems in 2 nights, not a good idea.
What do you think? What's your perspective? Is that what you remember?
That's the.
Am I right or am I right?
You can tell me what kind of things hurts you a lot, but.
Do you know what you said that hurt her or no?
Probably. I cannot guess. I mean.
And these are
I don't want
ideas
to.
you came back with.
but the point is,
Yeah.
that's the journey. Whatever you're taking, 2 nights, 3 nights, 1 night, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So am I gonna show you? Am I gonna go this way or that way?
So you're not doing ayahuasca anymore? Or you?
I mean, I had a lot, and I need to figure out. Like I say, I was probably trying to find myself.
Yeah.
Because not only lack of love and lack of respect, but there's a lot of other different things. I just put myself at the end of the train. So now I want to be the train. I know that's a long way to go, and it's a hard way. Doesn't matter ayahuasca, or it could be drugs, or it could be something else.
Yeah.
But it was my way, and I made the choice when I did that, and there is no regrets, zero.
Well, like you said before, it's a two-way street. So if one person is feeling not
But at the same time, you can't
appreciated, loved, the
you-
other one
you-
is feeling that too.
At the same time, you cannot regret for something you've done. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
you can
been
learn.
there, you done it. It helps you, yes. Destroys you, no. Might hurt some other feelings, yes. But did I do it on purpose? No. But again, that time I was so sensitive, and I was pulling a lot of different, like, dark things from the people, not only from her. My friends, they felt it also, because I started to just going and, why you hiding this? Why you hiding that? You know, there is something in. And after a period of time, I got it. Just leave it there. I mean, everyone has their own fight, and they have to do it their own. You're not supposed to be there. But for some reason, I was trying to be everywhere, you know? Every other soul, I was thinking that belongs to me, not belongs to me, but it's close to me. My friend, my partner, doesn't matter. You know, I have to
And you
pull-
try to control it.
I not control it. I was trying to pull the dark side out and tell them, you know, you don't have to be scared of this because you can control it. You know what I mean?
So you were trying to help them. You thought it was your
I was thinking, I'm
job
trying
to help them
For
solve
example-
all their
For
problems.
example, do you have any friends? They're normal people. You're talking like normal way. You're not gonna fight with them. They're not doing stupid things. But you're going out and they're drinking, and after
Oh, yeah.
several drinks, they want to smoke.
Yeah.
And, and they fucking going crazy.
Right.
They want to fight someone.
Yes.
Who the fuck are you? Why are you telling me to go home?
Yeah.
Down. You know what I mean, right?
Yes.
So, and you can't stop it. You just like, oh, dude, you have to go down. You have to go home. You know.
Well, there is a way to stop it. And I didn't know how to do this when I was younger. I don't hang out with them anymore. When I was younger, I got in so many bar fights because I always had to help my friend. But I would go with these guys, and I have friends, I know people now, and I have nothing against them. I love everybody. But I don't have to like being around everybody. So at some point, you gotta look at, you know, what you want in the experience, and when
That's what I'm saying. Just let it go.
We're kind of just like damaged to stay together. It's better to be separated, to stop, you know, the circle of
yeah. What if Andrey changes though by learning and being open? Because not everybody's open to doing that. So I just want to say, like, in my experience, if both people are open, then there's always a
But
chance.
Both people supposed to change.
Yes.
You cannot do it only one way. You cannot say, what if Andrey changed? What if Mariam changed?
Right. I think everybody should look at themselves.
Does she wants to change?
Do you want to change? Or only he has to change?
Listen, it's not about changing. It's all about transformation. He doesn't have to change. But it's all about like inner peace and self-love. So there's a book called In My Heart, a kid's book. So I was reading it to Andrey, little Andrey.
We have that one. The little, it's the,
With hearts.
all the hearts get bigger.
So I was reading this book to my kid the other night. And he goes, Mom, you're the most beautiful girl in the whole wide world. But why you're so sad? And I go, Andrey, it's all in this book. My heart is full of feelings. Big feelings, bad feelings, sad feelings, happy feelings. Right now, I have wounds. And I feel hurt. It doesn't matter how I look. It doesn't matter how people look. You never know what's happening in their mind, in their hearts, in their homes. You never know, so it's very important to treat people nicely, because you never know if you can trigger something or, shoot straight into those wounds. So I go, right now I'm feeling sad. I need band-aids. I need love. I need to heal my heart. So he took a pause and he goes, okay, Mom. I got it. Your heart needs band-aids. And you know what? Tomorrow I need to bring a few from my friends at school because their heart needs band-aids too.
No, we all need some band-aids.
So, before we're talking about changes and transforming, it's all about self-healing. That's what I've been doing for this entire month. Going from traditional medicine, blood work, IVs, to... I feel like I'm doing everything I can. Like meditation, hypnosis, therapy, everything. Because I want my inner peace back. I need to heal my heart. I need to heal those wounds. I can't think about changes. I can't think about I don't know what my future holds. Because I live day by day. Because that September 12th was so traumatizing and so shocking. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to predict. I don't have plans. Yeah. I actually don't have plans.
So you're still worried every day that something could trigger it. Was there anything that triggered it that day, or the day that it kind of started feeling like a panic attack? Was there something that happened that triggered it, or you think it was just like small drops and it was like just the last straw?
There were so many small drops. But again, I say that he's my closest person, but my biggest enemy. Because sometimes he says things and he shoots straight into my wounds. And I feel empty and destroyed. So in order for me to heal, I do my work, I do my best. I don't take no as an answer, because there are some doctors who go like, oh, we don't know what's going on, we don't know what to do. There's just like a conflict in my body. There's a conflict in my blood work. In this marriage, I became so masculine and had to carry so much. It's even in my blood work. My testosterone level is so high. I'm like a bodybuilder. At the same time, I have such a high libido because I'm a woman, a young woman. At the same time, I'm extremely anemic. So there's like three personalities that live inside of me, and they fight each other. There's a conflict. So to stop hurting him, I need to heal myself first. Because if I ever said something, if I ever did something, it's not to hurt him. It was unintentional. It was coming from my own pain.
Right.
So never ever I had intentions to make him feel bad.
Yeah. And same for him, like you said, hurt people. So,
but sometimes I was so straight. I was not going around, this and that and bum. I was like, bum.
I'm the same way, and honestly, you make me think about like how I approach Tanya, because I do that too. I can be very hurtful. I don't realize how heavy my words are, how much they carry, how much she actually puts on my words. Because you start thinking, well, whatever, you're not listening to me, and you might say something that can really like hurt that person. And when they're going through stress and they've got all this on their,
Yeah, I just like to
on their
take
plate.
Pin
But
glasses,
the key is to
pin
talk.
glasses out sometimes.
But the key is to talk. The key is to
key is
talk
to be open,
and to
yeah.
tell your partner, hey, can you not, like sometimes Tanya will say like, hey, you know what, I don't want to talk about that right now. And you got to be able to back off. Same with you as a man too.
Yes.
I'm very vocal about like if she's talking down to me because she's getting frustrated. Sometimes I'll say, do we need to talk? We both like let each other know when we're making each other feel bad, because it is important. And when you live together for a long time, it becomes even more important, because now you've passed the cute stage where you can just, oh, it's fine. It starts adding up. It's like drops in the bucket, and you don't realize that the next drop, tiny drop, could overflow that bucket that's been accumulating for 7 years, 8 years. Boop, 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 boop.
But besides,
That's why it's like such an important topic, because you shouldn't assume because your spouse has not had a mental breakdown that it's not going to happen. You shouldn't go, oh, it's fine, they're strong.
It's not just about your spouse. It's about people overall.
Right. Exactly.
Because sometimes I see parents who struggle. I see girls who struggle. I see boys, men who struggle.
Right.
Like, do I say I'm not gonna say something that's gonna make them feel. I don't want to trigger anything,
But I think, by the way, all the things you mentioned that you're doing, which I think are all important, yoga, meditation, lying on the beach, to me, what stood out so far is the fact that you just became way more vocal. And I think that is huge. When you stop being vocal, I did that in my marriage too. I wanted to get along. So I stopped saying what I don't like. I stopped complaining that, hey, I don't get to go out with my friends. Whatever it was that bothered me, I just suppressed it. And it just builds up. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
We have to be very vocal.
Also, why we shut down?
Yeah.
I shut down because I felt that no matter what I say, I'm not gonna be heard. So why would I say anything?
That's true.
I can just be silent, and maybe time will heal me, maybe something else, but
Yeah. Well,
so much work has to
I
be done.
commend Andreyshka, Andrushechka, for what I think is one of the most vulnerable and strong and manly things to do, like to sit here and listen to your wife and friend talk about the things she's talked about, and let her do it and not feel like you have to jump in to argue. I think that's like huge. And I just think it's a great example for especially the men out there, especially the old school men that come from old school parents. I was like that too, and I learned to listen. It's hard to listen, man.
Dude, in USSR it's totally different. I mean, the way you used to treat the kids.
You're not in USSR.
I know, but you were born in
Right, it
90s,
affected us.
in the family. You have a grandpa,
Yeah, I'm a 70s baby from the Soviet Union.
So it doesn't matter. I mean, I was born 80s, 90s, 70s. If we're gonna put together whatever we had from the family, there is a lot of things gonna be crossed. So it means,
But it's an inspiration, because I think like a lot of men struggle with this,
again,
because they don't think it's manly to like open up and talk and let your woman be able to complain about things that are bothering her. It's not traditional.
It's not like we're always complaining.
It's not traditional. No, but it's not
traditional. We just want to be heard.
To be heard.
Our cups are full, and we need to let it out. So do we let it out to partners or other people?
Or strangers, right?
Yeah, the best way to talk. A lot.
Yes.
Different things.
Like in the past months, I found out that I wouldn't make it without Andrey, without my mom, without my kids, but also without my friends who were there for me to take care of me when I couldn't take care of me at all. Like those people who
Yeah.
truly love me,
Right.
who truly care about me. I have so much love and respect for them because I was like it all happened Tuesday and Thursday. I was back on for my workout, and Galina, my gymnastics coach, she was training a walking dead. I was just like a vegetable, but she was there for me. Then Friday, my two friends took me out for my birthday dinner, and they made it feel so normal. Even though I was like pretty much absent,
Yeah.
but they were there for me. My other friends who were just like dragging me out of bed to go out, talking to me, not to be, and they weren't positive, because I'm not a positive thinker. I'm a very realistic thinker, because this is what happened, and I struggle.
Right.
Your positive thoughts won't make me feel better. Just hold space for me. You know? That's what I learned from them.
Yeah, and
This past month.
tough situations like this show you who's really there for you, like we were saying before,
Yeah.
you know, and who you should be
And I'm gonna stick to those people for
focusing
a long
your
time.
time on. Right, exactly. So a lot of good comes out of these challenges.
Yeah.
The toughest situations bring out the most lessons and the most solutions, you know, and it's bringing out things that you need to work on. That's the truth. Like I know whatever I'm like now I understand, before I didn't, that if something's not working between me and Tanya, it's always something I have to work on. She might do her part, but I definitely know now, oh, like what can I do? Can I react different? Can I think about it different? You always have to take like control, take accountability. You know what I mean? And learn from every situation.
But you cannot take control over whatever is going on. So same time, if you are trying to take control
Over yourself.
let her take some control.
Exactly.
And see if that control works. If you're taking control, they're gonna give you more to take.
I'm saying
You
take
know?
control of like what you can control. That's what I
Yeah.
mean. Like always take responsibility.
But
You
as
don't
a
have
man,
to focus on
But
changing
you as a
someone
man,
else.
again, you might gonna say I can control this and that and this and that and this, but at the end, it's too much for you.
And sometimes Andrei wants to control something and go, Andrei, I need space. I just need space.
Right.
I need my time. Don't try to fix me.
Yeah. Can I tell you I do the same thing? Because I think men tend to want to problem solve right away. I have the same issue. Like when Tanya wants to share something about something that's bothering her, or she doesn't have a good day, I'm right away going for, well, just look at it this. It's like, can I just, I just want to put it on the whiteboard. Do we have to go right away and solve everything? Can I just write the paragraph first before you solve it and tell me why I should be okay with this?
Actually, I think if you're doing the board,
Yeah.
are you doing that?
Yeah.
So you put in.
I do.
You,
I whiteboard all the time.
You, Tanya, doing something?
Not so much with Tanya.
I
if
think
I'm,
it's.
I like it, though.
I was thinking right now, the board. It's a good example how you can work it out. Some not the problems, but some things. You have something in your mind.
Yes.
You might don't want to share it right now, but if you're gonna put it there, somebody gonna see it. Somebody who needs to see it, they're gonna see it.
Yeah,
No,
there's also
absolutely.
journaling.
Yeah, journaling. I think I like whiteboard because when you're dealing with like problem solving something, there's a lot of factors. So putting it on one visual so you can kind of factor it all in is very powerful. I think that's a great idea to do it with your partner. I do it with whoever, if business consulting or coaching.
I do it
Yeah.
with myself.
Yeah. Or with myself.
Always on a date with the destiny.
Exactly. Got to visualize first. Nothing happens until you visualize it. You're not going to go to the store to buy milk until you visualize the buying of the milk. Going to get in the car, right? Everything starts with a vision. So it's good to stop and think about where you want to go.
So it's been a short period of time when we working these things out and see
Yeah.
how it's gonna work. Because right
Yeah,
now,
I'm very interested. Well, good for you guys for being
so you're
open.
gonna
Thanks for sharing.
You're gonna do thousands of views on this one, and probably after maybe half a year we're gonna come back.
Let's do it, man. I would love to see how the dynamics work out. Like I was saying before,
Should I bring my date?
yes, bring your dates next time.
If we're gonna have one.
Andrey, come on, man,
Yeah, I'm here.
make it happen. We got plenty of room, plenty of drinks. No, that's gonna be very challenging, in my opinion, because you want somebody that's gonna. We just have that need, most of us, to have that physical, mental connection, chemistry.
But at the same time, we need ourselves. I need myself in my life.
I understand. I guess I'm being pragmatic that, let's say that works out for 6 months, a year, right? But then what happens when Andre meets somebody special that he's like, because you know what happens when you have that connection, it's going to go fast.
Spark.
It's going to go fast for him, to the spark, man. Right now you don't have someone, so you're like, well, we're just going to stay together.
When you open or when you're broken. Yes.
Well, let's say you fixed yourself. It doesn't matter. The point is, you guys are thinking to stay together physically, live together
I have zero.
as long as possible, or is there like a time?
I have a zero prediction right now
I see.
to have
You don't know
to
what's going to
have
happen.
zero regrets later on. You know. what I
Beautiful.
mean?
I like that. No, I think if I'm giving you advice, I say you got to like support each other.
That's what's going on.
You should tell her what you want in your life, and if she can give that to you, do it together. If not, then
full support.
same.
Yeah.
Because that's
support,
going to be
man.
the challenge. Like, are you and are you guys going to be able to? How are you going to co-parent if that happens?
That's nobody knows.
You don't know.
Like I say, there is no teacher for your life. You are the
Something
teacher
to think
yourself.
about.
50-50.
See, something to think about.
I mean,
50.
she
Are you
knows
okay
already
with?
what's going on? She in her mind, she already knows what she wants to do, and this and that, all the steps. She probably knows. She might gonna change it tomorrow, might not. It doesn't matter. For me right now, I have zero steps.
You're open, yeah.
I'm doing every single day what I have to do and what makes me happy. If I'm not happy, I'm telling, fuck it, you know.
Gotcha. All right.
Fuck it.
Well,
Other than that, what I'm gonna say? Oh yeah, you're right. You know, you're right. Let's do this. Let's do that.
You've got someone to introduce to Andre?
we can work on it. What's your taste? What kind of women are you looking for?
For what?
What kind of women are you looking for?
Dude, let's go out right now. I'm gonna get you 10. 20,
Yeah?
Where do you wanna go? Where do you
20?
wanna go?
2 tens.
Where do you wanna go?
No,
You wanna
I
go
don't-
Beverly Hills? You wanna go Woodland Hills? Let's go.
Let's go.
It's not the point.
I'll be your wingman.
It's not the point to find someone. It's the point for me to find myself. I'm telling
I
you
agree.
again.
I agree.
Whatever she gonna say, whatever you gonna say, it doesn't matter. Because if it's not working out for me, I'm not gonna go for a relationship right now. Try to find someone. Number one, if I'm gonna get someone right now, if I want to, really want it, the life is gonna change for me, for her, for my kids, for everyone.
sure. I
It's not
know.
gonna be the same life as we're going right now. Nobody getting that. Nobody pointed them.
Absolutely, man.
You know what I mean? That's number one. Number two, I'm not looking for anyone right now to date. And I have, like I say, I have zero plans what's going to happen tomorrow because I'm living right now. And tomorrow I'm going to live right now again. When it's going to happen,
Well, I
it's
just
gonna
hope you
happen.
guys-
What's
yeah.
going to happen, it's going to happen.
Whatever you guys do, keep the open conversation,
Yeah.
keep the open
As
communication,
long as they're all,
co-parent the kids. That's the main thing.
as long as everybody's stable
Yeah,
without,
exactly. One thing I learned that I was very scared about how the kids would turn out when I got divorced. We had 50-50. What I learned was if both parents are really participating and showing the kids the love and support, then the
Is
kids
your-
are fine.
is your
It's
ex-wife-
when somebody feels abandoned, I think that this causes some self-esteem issues.
Well, listen, I feel like Tanya and your kids, the oldest ones, they have a special bond.
Yeah, they're good. I worried about that too. But at the end of the day, if the person is emotionally like my kids are balanced, then they reacted overall positively to Felix, and then they all fell in love together. If they had issues and self-esteem issues that we created for them, me and my ex, then it probably would have come out more. It's the same with the relationships. You work on yourself. If you're an emotionally intelligent person, you're going to be a good parent, you're going to be a good friend. Just got to get yourself to that level.
Yeah.
But that's the key. Like,
I don't feel stable. I don't know who I'm gonna attract at this point.
see, and I'm not saying it to like push you guys to go date. I'm not saying that at all. If you can focus on just your kids, great. But I also know the reality of human nature and just to be prepared so it doesn't ruin you guys, because I want you guys to stay like supportive. There's no reason to do what most couples do, which is they're all or nothing. They're either together or they say fuck you and they just like hate each other. And I see that so much. It should be more like this, where people actually can co-parent together and support each other still, even though they might.
I would say the people should be more stable in themselves and after together.
I agree with that. That's what you're pushing for.
I'm pushing myself
to
to
not go too fast. I agree with that.
By
Don't
saying
rush
that,
in.
I'm pushing myself to be stable and to be happy with myself.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
I agree, man.
That's the number one.
If you can be in a better place, then you'll find somebody that's gonna fit you better, for sure.
The time is gonna come. If the time for her is supposed to, I mean, it came the time when she got broke down. She was ready for that, you know.
Yeah.
Not before, not after, especially that day. And she took it. She got it. She went through it. Let's see where it goes.
All right, we're gonna keep tabs. You guys will come back and tell us how it's going.
Sure.
And thank you for opening up and being vulnerable and educating people on, kind of
Not sure
mental
if
health
we
awareness.
educated,
If
but
I think
gonna
it's very educational.
If this story gonna help someone, we're gonna be more than happy to share our next story.
I think it absolutely will.
I actually wanted to hear how you felt when everything happened. Because you were next to me.
When?
Yeah. Did you know that she was going through all this, like during
She came to
the
me,
breakdown? How did you think about it? How did you feel about all of it?
I'll tell you this. I think in my relationship with mother of my kids, it's been always like if she's stressed out or she wants to, fight or yell, whatever, I was always calm down, because if one person already angry, what's gonna take when two persons angry? I mean, it's going nowhere. So basically, when she came to me, when she called me, I'm coming. I'm like, probably something not good happened. And the whole day I was scared, honestly. I didn't tell her, and I was not showing my scaredness, but it was tough, like I've been talking maybe sometimes bullshit, and she's like, no, you're going the other way, you're not present, but there was the answer. That was the answer why I was saying that kind of bullshit, maybe not related to situation, just to a little bit disturb her. You know what I mean? So it means the brain is working and it's trying to put you back to her situation, but at the same time she's thinking about something else. I mean, honestly, it's been a tough day, because we went to doctor. I mean, not the doctor, we went to hospital, but at the end of the day it was much better. I think so. And I was feeling.
So you were worried, but you weren't really expressing it yet.
I was not showing why.
Yeah.
If she's scared, I'm scared as fuck,
Right.
because she's the mother for my kids. What I'm gonna tell them,
Right.
I always badly want her to feel the better than me, or the best for her, because when she's feeling good, the whole family feeling good. I'm not thinking about what's going on, why she's so angry or why she's feeling bad. So that day it showed me again how much I'm cared about her. Again, a lot of things I might still don't know what I have to do, and just because I have lack of information about it, but it's just a heavy day.
Yeah.
But it passed by, and I think she's feeling it. Like I'm trying, my best to support her, and
It was a wake up call for everybody.
And you try. There's a lot of different fucking things, bro. Whatever, from your past, from those 7 years, from your relatives, her relatives, doesn't matter, whoever telling you something, and when the stressful situation is coming, every human not gonna think about, oh, it's gonna be so beautiful, you know, somebody cut your leg off and you, oh, it's gonna be so wonderful, don't worry. No, you, oh motherfucker, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna die, this, you know what I mean, right? So basically when you see the stressful situation, you just put in all your dark side together. Oh, this is gonna be so fucked up, this and that, what's going on? It's always like that.
Yeah.
Don't tell me other way. You never come in like to person who's bleeding, oh, there is a flower, it's gonna be so wonderful. You come, what the fuck? You know what I mean, right? So basically when she came to me and I was thinking this way.
So you got
I just
you
push
got
it away.
dark.
I just push no,
Yeah.
I just push it away, bro. If I'm gonna go dark,
Yeah.
am I gonna help in this situation and I'm gonna help myself or her? Like I'm gonna be on top of her right now, like I told you so, you know, I like, no bro, I was feeling so fucked up. But I cannot push that. I was doing a lot of bullshit talking maybe and this and that. But same time we did all necessary things. We came back together, home together, you know, and we start trying to work it out, try to figure out step by step.
So
I-
it
I-
was after that you guys
I-
had the deeper talks.
I mean, we had talks before
Yeah.
and after and during, but right now, what I'm saying, you are here right now at the point A, and you want to be where? In point Z, there is a lot of points you have to go step by step before you're gonna get there. So don't try to be there right
Right.
now.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing small steps. I'm
Yeah.
doing small steps, you know, and see how it's adjusting for our life and how our life is changing same time.
How did you feel during when this was happening? That was he like supporting you, or you think he was kind of like not yet there, or you don't really know? It seems like there was a change after that, where he's like trying to make things better now that he understands how serious it was, but maybe while it was happening, that wasn't necessarily clear yet.
It might be so deep and hard for her, so she might didn't notice.
I was absent.
Yeah, it was all a
No,
blur for you.
It was all a blur. My
Yeah.
body was shaking, and I was crying,
Yeah.
and I was trying to suffer. I was trying not to die. I wasn't looking at him at all. I could
Yeah.
feel his presence.
Yeah, we said let's go to coffee. We went to get some coffee. We went to wash her car, you know, to car wash, sit over there a little bit, talk this and that. Not sitting in front of
Yeah.
us like each other and talk, oh, it's so bad. What are we gonna
Right,
do?
right.
Oh yeah, what are we gonna no.
Yeah, I mean, I think in those cases, just being there is already.
Just do
a huge
whatever
effort.
whatever. I cannot say why did we go and wash your car? Why did we go and get the coffee? No, when you see the moment and you just doing the choices, you know what I mean? You're just trying to move the person. Okay, you know, this, that. Oh, what about these shoes? What about this car? What about that?
Trying to-
what
trying to
about
Well,
this?
distract her.
I wish I was admitted a little bit earlier. I wish he could hear me sooner. But I'm glad he heard me.
Yeah.
If you would talk before more, that's a different story.
Sometimes less is more.
Whatever past, you cannot fix it.
Exactly.
There is nothing you can do about it. We can talk about, you know, our childhood or beginning of relationship when it's so wonderful, no kids, you know, you're doing this and that, enjoying. But whatever happened, it's happened. So the matter of time, what's going on right now, how you handling it, what are you doing for that?
I think it's still valid to talk about it, to figure out what happened, why it happened, so you can change. Too.
Sometimes maybe,
You know what I
maybe
mean?
sometimes not. If it's
Not to hold
like-
on to it, but to say, okay, that's
it-
what, like really listening to what was happening, so you can
Did it,
understand it deeply and truly.
Not really. You say
Make the
same
adjustment
Time, same time, you might gonna go deep to yourself or hard on yourself. Why you did that, not this.
I don't know.
You never know.
That's if you look at it that way.
That's
but
the,
to
mi-
me,
that's
like
the mind changing.
to me, I like to really. If I want to make a change, I have to understand like what really happened, That way I can make the proper change. It's not because I'm blaming myself. Because I agree with you. I don't have any regrets because we always do the best we could do at the time.
Yes.
But now that I went back and thought about something, I might say, oh, next time and I'm in that situation, I'm going to do it this way because I learned these new things. It's not about regretting or saying, oh, I should have. No, whatever. I agree. Whatever happened, that's
think-
destiny. Whatever happened is destiny.
I think that's the time.
But you can learn for next time.
Not the period, but situation like that, it shows you exactly, let it go. All your past, whatever this, whatever that, just let it go. You have to be present, you have to heal yourself, you have to be stable. You know this, you know that, but let it go. The picture people always drawing, it's such a beautiful, there's always flowers, understanding and this and that. But the reality is,
Yeah.
whatever years are gonna pass, if that thing you didn't fix it, whatever relationship or friendship, how you're gonna do it, what's going on, you just let it go. Try to let it go, but you didn't let it go. You know what I mean, right?
Oh, I let it go. What do you mean? I think you're
Andrusha,
overthinking.
I think you're going the wrong way.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, she occupies and I occupy a very small part. We've both definitely moved on.
No, not about that.
But
no, it's okay. I got it.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
got
I
it.
just
I got
misinterpreted.
it.
You do move on, man. People move on. I think the hard thing is that most times when people separate, one or both don't want to let go. They don't want to let go. They don't want to grow from it. They don't want to accept what happened. They want to hold on to, bad feelings or blaming the other person forever.
Yeah.
That's not something I can control. So that's unfortunately what happens usually. That's why I'm very glad that you guys are trying to do it this way, which is a more, I think, emotionally intelligent way to do it and better for the kids and better for you guys versus, kind of pouting about it and not communicating about it and being upset and holding a grudge forever. This is what happens with a lot of relationships. I've seen it. I've seen where the father has never sees the kids, not because they're not a good father, but because it didn't end well. There were a lot of hurt feelings. And whoever it is, the mom or the dad, decided to punish the other person. Not because it's best for the kids, but because luckily that part didn't happen. So I was just very happy that I got to see my kids 50-50. That's all I wanted, basically. But it's still very hard. It's much easier when you guys work together. Mentally, for the kids, the transition, and having another person that supports you. You know what I mean? Even if you're not together fully. I don't think we're not meant to be with one person forever anyway. Sorry. I think that's like a fairy tale too. We have these traditions of marriage. Yeah, I understand. And it works for some people, but we're also chimpanzees. I'm just saying. So you should understand the reality of that.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you can't have a beautiful partnership with somebody that lasts a whole lifetime, but don't put that kind of pressure on yourself oh, this is a failure. It's not a failure. When we're young, we make decisions. Then we get older, have much more experience. You make much different decisions in business than you did when you were 20, right? Why? Because you were a bad person? No, you made mistakes.
In the 20s, I was doing much more just because I was taking risk without expectation. Right now, you cannot take the risk when you have 3 kids. Sometimes you are, sometimes you cannot.
Life is a risk.
That's true.
Different kind of risk.
But I mean, in 20s, you don't care.
Yeah.
I'm still in my 20s and I care.
You try and, you're 28 with 3 kids, it's totally different. Maybe because I'm older than you.
Maybe don't summarize on people
Yeah.
by certain.
Certain things.
Yeah. Everybody matures in their own at their own speed. I feel like I was a very immature person in my 20s. I really didn't understand relationships, life, so many things. I really like. I look back, I was like, but that's me because I didn't have that education. Unfortunately,
I don't understand. I discover life myself and
Yeah,
everything every single day.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you don't have to put that pressure that you have to make something work just because you decided it's what you wanted back then. You know, and I did do that to myself. I made myself depressed because I thought I'm the biggest failure in the world. Because I was raised to believe that a father, like, oh, look at these. Like, my dad would always go, oh, look at this guy. Oh, they just leave their family whenever they feel like it. These Americans, you know what I mean? Because nobody got divorced in the old country. So I always was like, oh, man, I'm the worst. Even though I love my kids, I'm the worst father. I'm abandoning them because I'm not there 100%. I'm 50-50. And I put so much pressure on myself and so much stress. And I hard to sleep. Like, I don't know if I was clinically depressed, but I was definitely in a depressed, not a fully inflated state. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're in a depressed state because I convinced myself I'm a piece of shit. For what? Why? Because someone taught me that is what you have to stay married and stay with your family no matter what, or you're a piece of shit. Therefore, and since I believed that story, I felt that way physically and mentally. Until I realized that's bullshit. Because it's okay, you made a mistake and something didn't work out. Life is short. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
This was amazing.
Thank you.
I've never done kind of a couples show like this. Like, I didn't know what to expect, to be honest. But I really appreciate you telling your story, Andrey. Thanks for being open and
thank you so much, Rick,
giving the man's perspective the way you did. Man, this is
Happy
mind blowing.
Whatever
Mental Day, everyone.
Yes, happy Mental Health Day.
Yeah. When was it?
Perfect
Yesterday?
timing. Today.
Today.
Look at that. Perfect timing.
Are we all happy?
I'm happy.
In the moment, yes.
I'm happy right now.
In my life, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
On a scale of 1 to 10, where
9.
would you? You're at a 9. Not much room for improvement. What about you? You don't want to say?
Only with 9, I can always try to reach 10, but at the
That's
same
true.
time, I'm not gonna be at 5 or 3.
So what about you? So we can compare in 6 months.
I've got lots of room to grow and
Got
find
it.
happiness. Maybe
Okay.
3, maybe 4.
She's in the minus, no?
She's what?
There is a plus 10, minus 10, 0.
Listen,
Lots of room to grow.
lots of room to grow,
Beautiful.
to find my
Focus on the positive.
inner happiness.
I feel you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rick.
Let's hug it out.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Andrey.
Let's
Thank
hug
you,
it
guys.
out. Bring it in. Bring it in. Right here.
Papa Rick.
Knock him out the box, Rick. Knock him out, Rick. Knock him out the box.